So the first thing that I'm going to do is take the Aroma Water Toner by Lush. I'm going to prime my face with it. I'm really quickly going to do my brows off camera. I'm going to be using the Anastasia Brow Pomade and the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind to clean up. Okay, now that the brows are done, I'm going to move straight on to the eyes using the same concealer that I used to clean up my eyebrows on my lids as a base. So I don't usually do this, but next I'm going to be setting my eyelids with a powder. I usually don't do this to get more of a color payoff on the colors that I use on my eyes, but for this particular look I am going to be setting with a powder. Using the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder in Translucent. I'm just lightly dusting this over the places where the concealer is, all the way up to the eyebrow. Now that we've set the eyes, let's move on to the fun part. We're going to be using two palettes. I'm going to be doing something a little different than I did in the picture. I'm going to be using two different palettes. The first palette I'm going to be using is the Norvina palette, and I'm going to be using this color here. This palette, this is the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. I'm going to be using this color right here, as well as a couple others from the Morphe palette. First, what you're going to want to do is to get that super straight line is we're going to be using tape. If you have very sensitive skin and you don't want to be putting the tape on your eyes, you can get the same effect by using concealer to clean up the line when you're done. So really quickly, I'm just going to be taking a piece of tape and lining them up on my eyes. Now that's a look if I ever saw one. Well, let's go on and dip into the shadows. I'm going to be using this brush by Real Techniques, and I'm going to be dipping into the two different purples. First, I'm going to take what I have on the brush and just dab it on the back of my hand to see what kind of color we're coming up with. And then right at the edge of the tape is where I'm going to apply the color. For this step, I'm going to start off by applying it in tapping motions up until the crease of the eye, up until about the end of the eyebrow. I'm going to continue to dip into the colors and apply it along the tape line until I'm happy with the color payoff. Now that I have the desired length of my wing, I am going to actually take the same brush, dip in a little bit more, take it on the back of my hand, and this is where I'm going to begin to fade it out. So I want my color to be coming more towards the inner corner of my eye. So I'm going to take this brush. What I like about this brush is that it's flat, so it makes this process a little bit easier. And I'm going to very gently, using back and forth wiper motions, bring the color onto the lid. And once I do that, I'm going to stop at about the middle of my eye. So just very gently, using wind wiper motions, spread the color over onto the lid itself. Alright, so now I have even more a bit of a defined shape of what I want the wing to look like, and I want it to still be fading. So I like to use the other side of the brush that I wasn't using. Take that and I just kind of, at the corner, just blend that in just a little bit until you get the desired fade. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take a fluffier brush. This is a brush by Tarte, and I'm just going to be getting a little bit into the colors and then going back onto the back of my hand and really mixing it around to get those two colors blended together. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the fluffier brush to go in and really create the blended effect. So starting here, you just really want to lightly go back in with your wind wiper motions and fade out the wing into the inner corners of your eye. So now that you kind of have the general idea of your line, your wing, and where you want your fade to be, that's when I take the time to really deepen it. And I'm going to go back in with my colors, and I'm really going to intensify back here, and then continue to work the fade in until you're happy with what it looks like. Now I am done with the wing section. For the particular picture that I took, I actually used a couple other colors from the Morphe palette. I used some of the lighter shimmery colors, and I just added a little bit starting from the inner corner in, and it just gave it a little bit more shine. So I'm going to be taking the same brush that I used, the fluffy Tarte blending brush, and just dip into a couple of these colors just to add a little bit of shine in the inner corner up until where it meets the end of the fade. Just take this and go onto the lid and just very gently So you see how that just gave a really nice shine and a little bit of a pop into the inner corner of your eye. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove my tape and clean up underneath the eye. Okay, so once I removed the tape, I just cleaned up a little bit of the fallout. I'm just really quickly going to do this other eye off camera, and I will be right back. Okay, now that I have both eyes done, let's move on to base makeup. For foundation, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. This is the color Rose Ivory. I've heard a lot of people saying that they don't like how this comes in like a spatula, but I think I kind of like it. I think that it makes it a little bit easier to control how much foundation you're putting on your face. I'm just going to work in sections starting in the middle of the face and then blending them out with a beauty blender. Foundation comes off so light on camera. I promise it's my shade. I promise. Wow, the purple in my eyes really brings out the purple under my eyes too. So for concealer, I'm going to be going in with the one that I've been using this entire video. It's really the only concealer that I use. Flawless. I'm going to be using the Coty Airspun translucent powder. Next, I'm going to go in with bronzer, and I'm just going to warm up the face a little bit. This is the Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula. Next, I'm going to be going to blush. I'm going to be using the Too Faced blush, I Will Always Love You. We're going to move back to the eyes. I'm actually going to take the Purple Lid Star by Glossier. The color is Lily, and I'm just going to be taking this and adding a teeny bit to the corners of my eyes to give it a little bit of a pop. finally, I don't think I'm going to be doing lashes. I did wear lashes in the picture, but I think I'm just going to put on mascara. So I'm going to curl my lashes and use the Lash Paradise by L'Oreal. Why? Why? Oh! No! It's a good thing that this mascara is waterproof, because I'm about to cry. Okay, so I finished putting on mascara and I fixed my little mess ups. Moving on to the lips, I am first going to be lining my lips with this lip liner by Maybelline in the color East and Snob. Okay, now that my lips are lined, the lip product I'm going to use, Revlon. This is the Kiss Plumping Lip Cream in 525 Barely Blush. I am in love with this, the color, the shine. It is so pretty. This is one of my favorite lip products. I also have another one, a little bit deeper color, but I'm in love. All right, and so the final step, in with our purple theme, I'm using the, it fell out, oh my god, what? Anyway, I'm going to be using Purple Horseshoe from the Anastasia Moonchild palette as my highlight. Okay, so mid through applying my highlighter, I decided I wasn't really feeling that lip cream and I opted to use a lip gloss. This is the Full On Lip On Polish by Buxom. I think that I got this in one of my Sephora birthday gifts. So here is the finished look. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more. Hopefully school will allow me to continue to post these. I will make time even if I don't have time, or at least I keep telling myself that. All of the products used will be in the description box below, and I think that's it. Hey, it's me again. Thanks so much for watching this video. I forgot to finish my outro the first time, so I'm finishing it here. Like I said, hit the like button if you like this video and subscribe for more, and have a beautiful day. You press me, I would.